Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube page. If you could do me a quick favor, see that little subscribe button at the bottom of your screen? Go ahead, click that subscribe button. Really does help our channel grow, our audience grow, and I really do appreciate it more than you know. So click that subscribe button. Appreciate your support. Now, here's the video that you came here for. But the former Louisville head coach, Kenny Payne, has officially been announced as an Arkansas basketball assistant. I don't have any notes planned, but let's just react to this in real time, okay? First of all, let me say this. I had been told that this was coming. If you listen to Wednesday night's show, we were talking about the coaching staffs at both Arkansas and Kentucky. And what I said was there's all these names floating around at Kentucky, including Kenny Payne. And I was told that Kenny Payne was either going to go to Arkansas to follow John Calipari, or he was going to go back to the NBA where he would probably stay for the remainder of his career. So for an Arkansas fan joining us, let's go ahead and break down who Kenny Payne is, because this is a really big piece of news, okay? For people who are not familiar, Kenny Payne, obviously, most notably, was most recently the Louisville head coach, okay? And it did not go well at Louisville. You don't need me to tell you, and we've talked about it enough. Kenny Payne was arguably, I don't even think it's arguable, he was one of the worst coaches, and that was one of the worst coaching regimes in the history of college basketball. 2 years, 12-52 overall, 5-35 in the ACC. But at the same time, not everybody is everything. And just because you aren't good at one element of a job doesn't mean you can't be good at others. Let me give you an example. I hired producer Matt this fall. It is because I suck at video editing. I suck at social media. I suck at graphic design. If I got hired tomorrow by anybody to be the graphic design, video guy, editing guy, whatever, I'd get fired faster than Kenny Payne did, okay? I'd be out of a job before anybody could even do anything. And so producer Matt provides a great service to what I do, because my strengths, well, his strengths are not my strengths, okay? And so I bring it up because I don't really care what Kenny Payne did as an assistant or as a head coach at Louisville. And I don't think it really has any bearing on what he will be as an assistant coach at Arkansas. Because for Arkansas fans that are just trying to figure out all of the details on who this guy is, long before he was not a very good college basketball head coach, he was known for two things. He was one of the elite recruiters in all of college basketball. He was at Kentucky with John Calipari from 2010 to 2020. He was the associate head coach from 2014 to 2020. And there is a direct correlation. He left in 2020 to go to the NBA to work for the New York Knicks. Kentucky fans can argue it now, but there was a direct correlation between him leaving and the program falling off. It wasn't all credit to him, but what also can't be denied, John Calipari's last real NCAA tournament run was 2019. That was the last year of Kenny Payne. And so when Kenny Payne left, when he went to the NBA, Kentucky's talent fell off for a while. Now, they brought in Orlando Antigua, who now it feels like may be staying at Kentucky, but at the same time, they brought in Orlando Antigua, Chin Coleman. But Kenny Payne is one of the elite recruiters in all of college basketball. He's great with relationships. Players love him, okay? I've talked to a million former Kentucky players. I've talked to a million NBA, well, I mean, I'm not like that. I'm not like, oh, I'm texting NBA players left and right. But I've talked to 3, 4, 5 guys that have been in the Kenny Payne orbit, and players love him. Players adore him. I think he's really kind of the good cop to the bad cop of John Calipari. I think he is a very valuable commodity with John Calipari, because John Calipari's tough. John Calipari yells. John Calipari screams. And then when you come to the bench, guess who's kind of put his arm around you and say, it's going to be okay. Ignore him. Listen to the message, not the messenger. Kenny Payne is a very valuable commodity. So what is he if you're an Arkansas fan? He's a great recruiter, elite, best of the best. He is a guy, by the way, that on top of being a great recruiter, he is a great people person. Players love him. The other thing he's really known for is he is known for as a big man developer, okay? And it's interesting. I have beef from a previous lifetime with Kyle Tucker of The Athletic. When I say I have beef, he just talks crap about me and then blocked me and I can't talk crap back. But that's neither here nor there. A lot of people have blocked me. Life goes on. If you have a subscription to The Athletic, Kyle Tucker about 3 years ago did a piece on Kenny Payne and the relationships that he has, but also the big men that he has developed. So you look at his role in Calipari's success at Kentucky. It was recruiting, but it was also helping develop Karl Anthony Towns, helping develop Willie Cauley-Stein, helping develop PJ Washington, helping develop Nerlens Noel. I can't remember every single guy that he helped develop. Anthony Davis, he was involved there as well. This guy is one of the elite assistant coaches that you can get. And I'll say this, Arkansas, you just got yourself one of the elite assistant coaches, one of the elite recruiters in college basketball. Your program just got a lot better today. By the way, people say, oh, well, what happened at Louisville? One, he wasn't a head coach. Clearly, that was not the role that he was going to be best served in. But two, also worth noting, Louisville is an Adidas school. You know, we got the Nike Adidas war. I think it's one of those things where Kenny Payne it didn't work. And I thought he was going to be great at Louisville. He wasn't, but it doesn't mean that he's not an elite assistant coach. It doesn't mean that he's not an elite big man developer. And it doesn't mean that he is not an elite recruiter who just added to the Arkansas mix.